Ki khubor ka Batisi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Orange Nissan Loomso po near Fire Brigade Shillong.
Admissions are open at BDW International School. Enroll now.
Myntri ka tanat ka Koit ka Khiah James P.K. Sangma ha ka sngiba ar jong ka shitrik ubunay rempang ar jar ar po ar ula Plie pa ya ka Paediatric Intensive Care Unit ha Ganesh Das Government Maternal and Child Health Hospital Shillong. Ka jing Plie ya gani ka jaka sumar ba kerpang ya ki khulong bat ki khna ha po gani ka hospital sarkar ka longru kum shibenta ban ai jing sumar ya ki ha ba ki don ha padeng ka jingpang ka ba khamjor. Hagani ka sngi la sakhi lang rudo Principal Secretary ka Koit ka Khiah Upi Sampat Kumar ka Secretary jong ka tanat ka Koit ka Khiah ka Kong Rosita Mary Kurba u Director jong ka Health Services MI u Dr. Amanwar ki Doctor ki Nurse bat kiway.
Around 15% of deliveries every year happens in this hospital. And as Dr. Pida has mentioned, most of these deliveries that happen are people coming from interior places and from especially socially and economically weaker sections. So that's why this hospital is really serving a great purpose. I think really helping those who require the most help. And this hospital getting strengthened through this PICU is a very important milestone for us. As you all aware, the state government has brought state health policy, and as part of the state health policy, one of the important things is that how actually we are going to improve various health indicators. Our idea is that in the next 5 to 10 years, our health indicators should be better than any developed countries. So that was the idea. That can happen only if we work in all fronts. So one of these things is that how actually we build the infrastructure. The infrastructure, when we talk about infrastructure like pediatric infrastructure is very, very important. We have got a very good team of pediatricians in the state. In fact, I got to know very recently. We have Indian Association of Pediatricians. So they have organized a very good program, and in fact Dr. Giri, who is the president, who's here, she's also a chairperson of this state committee, which has been, we have engaged, we have constituted a state committee headed by Dr. Giri, with all the pediatricians and gynecologists representing important hospitals, all the hospitals in the Shillong and Tura. And they have come up with a very good blueprint, how actually we can really strengthen the pediatric related infrastructure across the state. Accordingly, the government is actually putting up all that infrastructure. This is the first one. Thereafter, I think in a month or 2 months, I think we expected to bring another 8 PICUs across the state. So that is another thing that we are working on it. So this is a very, as I said, it's a very important thing. A lot of things are happening, and one thing I would like to share here is especially as 50 years of celebration. See, our state has got we should really understand that we have great human resources are there. We have, as I said, when I said we have pediatricians, we have the gynecologists now. So we are really now, when the task is given to them, when the committee was constituted and we said and they really delivered so well. So one of the things that we really require to do is that how actually we are building that decentralized leadership, so that many more doctors would at different levels take a lot of initiative and to solve problems of the people. So that's not only this is I'm talking about the health sector, but this can be attributed to various other sectors. So we have a good leadership. So our focus is how actually we are really building and nurturing that the local leadership, so that those who are closer to the problem should be given actually the opportunity to provide solutions to those problems. So that is something that we are working on it. Second thing is that we also, during this 50 years of occasion, one of the things to build the state capability is that we also require to really work on a very a mission mode to solve some of the complex problems, whether it is as I said, indicators related to IMR, MMR, or any other indicators. So we really require to do that. So for that, we really required to come up with a lot of ideas. In fact, I think you are aware, when we started using a mother app, we started actually now tracking all the high-risk pregnant mothers in the state. So today, as on date, 28,000 pregnant mothers are being tracked through the mother app, where actually the doctors knows which mother is high-risk mother. She should be contacted and she should be brought to the hospital for institution delivery, or what kind of a support system should be provided. So all this, are going to contribute significantly. So I would like to, this is a good occasion to celebrate, because I think all things are coming up, and we can see a lot of participation from the community also. So while coming to this meeting, we got one very important data about seroprevalence study. In fact, we are going to share that one with everyone. So this seroprevalence, we have done this study just like in the month of September, October, November, 3 months, where we have taken about 6,000 samples across the state to see how the COVID, has actually spread across the state. When we did this study, the results shows that our, basically what they do as per the study is that, they take these samples, blood samples, and see whether there is any antibodies related to COVID or not. We found only 44% people are actually, having these antibodies. I'm talking about, what does it mean is that, so a large number of population has actually, used COVID appropriate behavior, and actually they prevented. So this is a very interesting thing. So that means there is a lot of good coordination is happening between the supply side, or the government side, and also from the community side. Both are actually, the participation is really good. So I think this is in fact the way that actually speaks of the good community behavior. So that's a positive thing. Of course, the challenge is that we really have to protect them. They have to go for vaccination and see that they will not further get infected. But good, why this is a good part? Because this happened after the second wave. For many states, even after first wave itself, their infection rates were almost like 80 to 90%. Even after second wave, we got only 44%. So what I would like to say is that there is a really, as a state, I think we can really celebrate, because that is the strength of the state. Like, we have a great, community strength, where, we can really work together, and at the same time, we have a very good teams, working for the government and, even outside the government. So I think this is the time that, we should collaborate and work together to solve some of the important, issues, and to make our state progress, and see that, we really achieve the goal of, becoming a developed state in the next 10 years.
The urgency and the need for having a PICU here at Ganesh Hospital, and as was mentioned by Mr. Sampat Kumar, the 8 others which will follow very soon. So these are just indicators of how important it was to have a pediatric ICU. And today it is indeed, as we celebrate 50 years of our statehood, to be inaugurating this pediatric ICU. I think it is very, very symbolic, it's very significant, and the need of the hour that today we are being able to inaugurate this pediatric ICU. And I'm indeed very, very honored and privileged to be the person to inaugurate this. And I thank Mr. Sampat Kumar, who has been instrumental in conceptualizing this and also in pursuing this matter at all fronts, be it the Government of India, and also the entire team led by Dr. War, who have worked tirelessly to make this a reality today. So I think me standing here and delivering my speech would be incomplete without acknowledging the kind of hard work and the dedication of all our officers, Mr. Sampat Kumar and the team, and Dr. War and his team in making this a reality today.
Plie.